Deep in the jungle there lived a little elephant named Ella. Ella was the smallest elephant in her herd. She had big ears, a tiny trunk, and a heart full of wonder. But sometimes Ella felt sad.
The other elephants are much bigger than me. They can reach high into the trees for fruit. They can trumpet loudly and make the ground shake. I want to be big and strong, just like them.
One sunny morning, the elephant herd gathered by the watering hole. Ella watched as the bigger elephants splashed and played. She wished she could join in the fun, but Ella was too small.
Don't worry, little one. You'll grow big and strong one day.
But Ella wasn't so sure. Every year, the elephant herd held a special day of games. The elephants would show off their strength and skills. Ella loved to watch the games, but she wished she could be a part of them.
The first game is the trumpet contest. The elephants line up and take deep breaths. They trumpet as loudly as they can. The ground shakes and the leaves on the trees tremble.
Ella tried to trumpet too, but her little toot was lost in the noise. Next, it was time for the log toss. The elephants used their strong trunks to toss heavy logs through the air. Ella watched in awe as the logs soared high above the ground. She knew she could never toss a log like that.
Being the littlest elephant isn't any fun at all.
Ella sighed and sat down on the grass. She felt small and left out. Just then, a gentle voice spoke beside her.
Why the long face, little one?
It was Tambo, the oldest and wisest elephant in the herd. Tambo was big and grey, with wrinkles around his wise eyes. Ella had always looked up to Tambo.
I wish I wasn't the smallest elephant. I want to be big and strong like the others.
Being big and strong is good, but having a big heart is even more important.
What do you mean?
It's not about how big you are on the outside. It's about the kindness and courage you have inside. Remember that, little one.
Ella thought about Tambo's words. Maybe being small didn't mean she couldn't be brave and helpful. Maybe she could still make a difference. Suddenly, a loud chirp broke through the air. A small bird was chirping frantically from high up in a tree. The bird had flown too high and now it was stuck.
Chirp, chirp, chirp!
The other elephants rushed over to help. They stretched their trunks high into the branches, but they were too big to reach the bird. The bird continued to chirp in distress. Ella watched as the other elephants tried to help. She knew she had to do something.
I can help.
The other elephants looked at Ella in surprise.
You're too small, Ella. You won't be able to reach.
But Ella was determined. She remembered Tambo's words about having a big heart. She wouldn't let the bird down. Ella approached the tree cautiously. She looked up at the bird, who was still chirping loudly. The bird was perched precariously on a thin branch, far too high for the other elephants to reach. Taking a deep breath, Ella extended her trunk. She stretched as high as she could, her little legs wobbling slightly. The other elephants watched in amazement as Ella's trunk reached higher and higher. Finally, Ella's trunk reached the branch where the bird was perched. Gently, Ella encouraged the bird to hop onto the trunk.
Chirp, chirp!
The bird, sensing Ella's kindness, hopped on. Carefully, Ella lowered her trunk to the ground. The other elephants watched in awe as Ella gently placed the bird down on the soft grass. The little bird chirped happily and flew off to join its family. The other elephants gathered around Ella, their eyes wide with admiration.
Ella, you were amazing. You saved the bird.
We were wrong to underestimate you. You may be small, but you have a big heart and even bigger courage. Ella blushed, her heart swelling with pride. Tambo had been right. It wasn't about her size, but about the kindness in her heart. From that day forward, Ella was no longer known as the littlest elephant. She was known as Ella the Brave, a true hero of the jungle. And Ella learned that even the smallest elephant could make a big difference.